Let's learn a new chord, and the chord that we're going to learn today is a D major chord, and we're going to do a couple of alterations of that chord to give you some really common and really useful sounds within that chordal platform. Okay, the D major chord is fingered like this, and my D note is the open fourth string, as you know. There's my root of the chord. The notes that I'm playing in this chord are a D, an A, another D, an octave higher, and an F sharp. So there's three different notes in the chord, which are D, F sharp, and A. And in this voicing of the chord, or arrangement of notes, we have two Ds, one A, and a single F sharp as well, with four notes being played. All right, let's just finger that chord slowly. First of all, the open D is our root note, or our naming note. Then with your first finger on string 3, fret 2, we have the A note, D and A. Then with finger 3 on fret 3, second string, we have another D. And then with finger 2 on fret 2 on string 1, we have the F sharp. All right. Now, let's look at those alterations of the chord. We're going to look at a D sus4. Now, if you've looked at any music and any chord charts, this is one of the most common chord alterations of all. S-U-S, sus4. And that sus stands for suspended fourth. Where do we get the number 4 from? Why is it called a fourth and not something else? Because it's the fourth degree of the scale, in this case, of the D major scale. So the fourth degree of a D major scale would be D, E, F sharp, G. Do, re, mi, fa. G is the fourth degree of that scale. The reason the chord is called suspended is because we take the G note and we suspend it. It sounds like it's suspended over the third degree of the scale, or the 3 of the chord. In this case, that's an F sharp. So here's that G. I take that G up an octave, which is here. And here's my D chord. And here's the sus. All we do is drop baby finger. Now you can hear the quality of that. It wants to fall back down to the F sharp. Right? So it adds a really nice and interesting tension to the chord that wants to fall back into the chord, or the third of the chord. Sus, which is a G, falling back to the F sharp, which is the third of the chord of D. I call it the third because it's the third note in the scale of D. D, E, F sharp. Do, re, mi, D, E, F sharp. F sharp at the octave. Okay, suspension, resolution. Now, let's do one more chord that's an alteration of this same chord, and a very simple alteration. Remove the F sharp by just lifting your second finger, and now we're going to have the second of the chord, or the second of the scale, in the chord. And this is a rather modern sounding chord that's used all the time, and it sounds like this. And that chord is called the D2. It's called the D2 because there's no 3 in the chord. We've removed it. D2, D major, D sus, D major, D2. And you can hear this movement. Tension, resolution, tension, resolution.